there's a modern age problem which is called choice overload. The more choices you have, the more you're likely to delay making that decision. And so if and the number one competition of a dealership is actually not a dealership next door. Their number one competition is status quo. Do nothing, no decision. And the reason why people don't make decisions is because they're overwhelmed. They're afraid of making a bad decision. There's a prospect theory called, people would rather avoid loss than to gain something.
And we were kind of talking a little bit about this before we started recording, but I see that we're getting to a place where there's a lot of, choices, from the SRP, right? Even before the customer gets down to the VDP page.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, but are some of the choices that are available, they just don't seem to fit, right?
Yeah.
And so when we think about the website and that experience that the customer is going to have, are there certain metrics, or not metrics, but are there certain things that we should be focusing on that answer those questions, right? It goes to transparency, making it easy for the customer to make that decision, or do we just overload them with all these different widgets? A lot. I still see, today's pricing, those sorts of things, which I don't quite understand and not necessarily agree with.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I noticed that every single one website provider puts a lot of buttons in the search results page, and that actually goes against user experience best practice, UX UI. In the user experience best practice for web design, you don't put this, every page has its purpose. And so when you put, schedule a test drive, unlike get an e-price, everything on a search results page, then what's the point of a vehicle detail page?